So the idea that now we have no competition, we have nothing to aim at, nothing to build towards is quite daunting. And I suppose the hardest thing is not having any date in our heads of what we should be aiming for. So lots of people have been in contact to say they don't know what they should do with their horses, they don't know what they should aim at, how they're going to keep motivated, they're getting frustrated already. And they're all really real feelings that can come out of this. So the big thing with the lack of focus is that we are going to need some self-discipline to be able to keep going, keep motivated, and actually come out the end of this the way that we'd like to come out. I always say to athletes, imagine 3 months' time, and looking back, what would you like to say that you had accomplished in that time? When I look at performance with athletes, I split it into three elements. Firstly is the mental side, the mental skills that we need to improve. Second is the physical skills we need to improve, like maybe nutrition, our own personal fitness or stamina. And the third thing is the tactical skills. So things like maybe expanding our knowledge on striding, course building, understanding grid work, maybe certain dressage movements, whatever it is that we are actually looking at the tactical skills that make up our performance. So those are the three pillars of performance that we need: mental, physical, and tactical to have a really, really successful performance. My suggestion over this time is that we need to, as athletes, start to understand what our own performance is made up of and look at ways that we can improve it. We're not able to set a certain performance goal, but what we can look at is trying to improve our performance when we do get that opportunity. So we now have an undefined amount of time to see how much we can improve. Our skill base essentially. So I ask riders to maybe list all the mental skills that they might like to improve. So that could be things to do with focus, learning how to visualize, it could be building their confidence, it could be dealing with negative thoughts, it could be any number of mental skills. Then the physical things that they like to improve, that could be their core strength, their balance, their flexibility, their nutrition programs. And then the tactical skills. So, like I said, course building, grid work, those types of things. And make a list of all the things that you think could be at least 1% better. The best thing you can do then over this period of time to make sure that you give yourself some focus, have something to work towards, is start to work on that list. We love lists, well I do, and to-do lists are fantastic. When you start ticking stuff off your list, it gives a great sense of satisfaction, and it also gives you momentum for going forward to keep improving. It gives you confidence because you feel like you're actually progressing in certain ways. And being able to document it and see those improvements and actually take responsibility for them is quite an exciting thing to be able to do. So while we can't define how much time we have to improve, what we can do is look at our own performance and identify all the elements that we would like to improve over this time. The other thing that we can do is to start to introduce some kind of structure to our days. So a lot of people in the world have suddenly found themselves with hours to kill at home. We don't have that problem. We still have horses to ride. Our hours are probably similar to as they always were, but what we don't have is that kind of structure on the week. Maybe we're used to going to an event at the weekend and that's now gone. So our days kind of roll into the same thing. What I would encourage people to do is try and keep having a day off. If you do take a day off, try to maintain that. I know there's not much to do on that day off anymore, but it's still quite a good thing to get away from the stable, distance yourself from what's going on, so you can at least go back on the following day feeling motivated, a little bit refreshed, maybe you've caught up on some sleep and you're ready to go again. So days off are still allowed. You have my permission. Also try and keep something to aim towards at your week. So that might be, where possible, going to a schooling on a Saturday, maybe building a course on a Sunday and trying to do that. If there's other people in your stable, maybe that's something you can do together. Doing things like new pole exercises, pick a new pole exercise once a week. Some riders are doing some amazing pole work tips online at the moment. I saw Pippa Funnel is working away, doing some videos, and that stuff we can integrate straight into our training. And that's what's so amazing about this time, is that everybody is sharing this information.